How many of you would admit to being a weirdo? Good start, good start.
What would you do if you weren't afraid? Screw that. What is possible if you are scared and you do it anyway?
Our next speaker works with entrepreneurs and businesses, focusing on helping them lead with joy.
Valerie is known for delivering encouragement and truth with her signature, straightforward style and sense of humor.
She's an international
speaker and consultant.
And has taken the stage on six continents for some of the world's top brands. Please welcome Valerie
Garcia.
We are taught from the very beginning of our careers that if we want to beat the competition, we have to be better. But it's not true. If we want to beat the competition, we have to be different. We have to be weird.
I'm hoping that by the end of the day today, every single one of you are going to proudly say, I am a weirdo.
The reality is, if I want to beat my competition, I don't have to be better than them. I have to be different from them. Different is better than better. I think we are programmed from a very young age to leave our emotions at the door. Problem with that is that when we leave emotion out of it, we leave out that core part of what makes us who we are as humans. And it makes us less human as leaders, employees, as managers. And ultimately that leads to depression and burnout and sadness and quiet quitting. We talk about how we should have passion for our work. We talk about how we should have drive for our work, but all of that comes from a place of joy. If we don't have joy in the work that we do, if we don't have joy in the people that we are never going to get to authentic passion and drive. And so that morning I was supposed to get on stage and I was supposed to be the hype girl and tell them all of the good things, but all I could think about is that I was living a complete and total lie. Because I was in the same boat. I've lived what I talk about. I talk about the pain because I've had the pain. I talk about the joy because I've found the joy. And authenticity for me is what I am and how I live. How could I be a leader and a mess? How could I be a manager of people and a mess? How could I be a speaker and a mess? See, the thing you need to know at this point was, for the last couple of years, I had been on the biggest stages in my industry. 5,000 people clapping, smiling like everything was okay, doing the things, and acting like everything was fine. But I was a mess. See, I have always been a peas and carrots girl. Like, my food on my plate does not touch each other. I am like those cafeteria trays where everything stays in a nice little square. Tidy, neat, except that it didn't. Not that day. That day, I sat in the utility room and I sobbed because I realized I had had everyone fooled. And everybody around me thought that I had it all together. And I didn't. I was a mess. And you know what? You are too. Every single one of us in this room today, we're a mess. Every one of us are a mess. See, life is not a neat and tidy cafeteria tray. It is a Thanksgiving dinner where everything is piled on top of each other and it's all touching and it's all messy. And yet, we walk around and act like everything's okay. For years, I have listened to people get on stages and talk about authenticity. But I think it was the peas and carrots version. I think it was the Instagram version. I think it was the pretty version that we all want to see, that everything is nice and neat and tidy, but authenticity is not nice and neat and tidy. Authenticity is a mess. But the good news is, the joy is in the mess too. And today we're going to navigate the authenticity map. And I'm going to show you how to go from failure and darkness and that hole that you have pitched a tent and that you are living in and that you have forwarded your mail to, and find a way out to joy. I'm not going to be like everyone else that comes in and tells you to hustle and crush it and just show up and suck it up. I'm going to show up and I'm going to
tell you how I got through it and how you can get through it and how you can live a full and complete and authentic and joyful life at work. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. Here's the important part. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Good job, thank you. Give yourselves a round of applause. It's always so much more awkward when I have to do it by myself. Here's the lesson in that song. They hated him, and then it got foggy, and then Santa was like, hey, headlights. We sit around and we run our business the same way. We sit around and we wait until the thing that's weird about us becomes needed or necessary or normal. If you are waiting for a magical moment where your value is apparent to everyone, you are missing out on being magical right now. You're gonna hear things that you're gonna go, that's me, I feel that, I've done that too. And I wanna make sure that when you leave, you feel not only empowered to do something with the information, but you also wanna tell others and help others, because that's the whole point of life, is to spread the joy. You are gonna find that marketing actually becomes easier. It becomes simpler. It becomes more fun when you have the opportunity to be exactly who you are. The future belongs to the weirdos and the misfits.
I want you to live out loud, fail forward, celebrate change, rebelliously risk, and create meaningful work.